Do you have a piercing?
I don't. I'm unpierced and untattooed. I'm just as the Lord made me.
So say you had to get a piercing, where would you get it?
Oh, good question. Well, actually for...
Can't say ears, by the way.
Well, I was just going to say the only piercing I've ever had was actually forced upon me during my bachelor party, and it was just an ear piercing. But that was the late 90s. Those were very scandalous back then. Right. So if I had to get a piercing now, I think that wasn't in my ear, I'd probably go nose next, I mean, as you can see, I'm not a very edgy when it comes to piercings, so I'd probably go...
That might be the one question you've never been asked, Matt.
It might be.
You could get one of those big ones right in the middle.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that would be a good look for me, absolutely.
You're married, so your wife could just pull you around by that.
Yes. Yeah, we have a similar arrangement already, so that would work great. Yeah. So.
And what's your favorite chocolate bar?
Oh, goodness.
You should take this opportunity to talk about
I should. And because we tweeted a few days ago before we came up here, we remembered having this snack a few years ago up here that we all went bonkers for, and we were like, fiddle faddle, what's it called? We were trying to figure it out. We tweeted it, and we got a few replies, and it's clodhoppers. So we don't have them in the States.
What are clodhoppers? Chocolate nuts?
Well, it's pretzel with like a yogurt chocolate over it, but it's that salty sweet thing. And I love Cadbury's as well, which y'all have up here. We don't have very much in the States. But clodhoppers. So someone showed up last night at our show with like 3 containers full of clodhoppers and said, "Here, we saw your tweets."
Yeah. Yes, our list of demands. Yes, and it's very extensive. Long, pink champagne and ice, the whole 9 yards. It's impressive.
Do you have any demands?
I love. Well, Matt does too, but chips and salsa. So like before a show, a few chips, a little like oil and salt on the vocal cords. Good to go.
Who are you listening to right now?
Lots of stuff. One of my favorite artists is Feist, who's a Canadian artist. She's one of my favorites.
Do you guys know Puddle of Mud?
I've heard of Puddle of Mud. Are they from around here?
I have no idea. I just made that up.
There's a band called Puddle of Mud, I think.
Is there really? I think that they got that from you.
Like a hard rock band?
I actually noticed on your website that you have a store, but there are no jars of clay on there. That would be a good item.
You should be a part of our merchandising team. You've got some good ideas there.
I think I could make you a lot of money. And do you have any advice for aspiring musicians or people who are just following their passion and having a bit of a difficult time getting there?
It's a crazy time to be, an aspiring musician, especially like in the sort of band kind of folk singer space. A lot's changing. There's a lot of exciting changes, but then a lot of other, kind of puzzling sort of things to sort out. I just try to offer, young artists just compassion and kindness, because it's kind of crazy, and there's a lot of people that act like they know kind of the way to go, and there's just not a lot of, kind of paths to sort of follow these days, and so it's definitely kind of, sort of the Wild West mentality. You've got to be the kind of person that wants to get out there and sort of hoe your own road and go a place that, that explore parts of the map that haven't been charted yet. That's what it feels like to be in the music business right now.
Do you have a nickname, Charlie?
Not really. I mean, my close friends call me Char, which is just a little bit easier.
Sometimes we call him Dr. Lowell, which is just funny because his dad is actually a doctor, and so I'm sure he's probably is annoyed that you get called Dr. Lowell every once in a while, having not finished college. Right. So.
And what about you? Do you have a nickname?
I haven't had a nickname in a long time. I mean, I had one when I was like a very, very young. My last name is Odemark, and so some of my grammar school friends called me Odie for a little while. Yeah. But that's been.
I like Odie.